control himself and say, okay, this opportunity come around to fight Derevyanchenko. I've been talking to Gennady for a long time. You know, we talked about working together, co-promoting. It was a great idea. I helped make this fight with DAZN, with Keith Connolly and Lou DiBella, and everything came together, and now he fights for a version of the world middleweight title, which I think is very important, because you can say that the belts don't matter, but once you hold a piece of the world middleweight championship, of course, it's important. So this was the right thing to do. It's a great fight, and I would look forward to October 5th.
So you basically got control of the whole middleweight division, in a sense, because you got all the champions.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think DAZN have, you know, and now you look at the division and you look at the peripheries of the division. Okay, so let's look at even Jamie Munguia is obviously with Golden Boy, but he's with DAZN. You look at Canelo, Gennady Golovkin, Demetrius Andrade. Let's now look at Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith. You know, they're both with DAZN as well. Daniel Jacobs. It's a great little mix of fights there, and obviously we have to make sure that they actually fight each other. It's one thing having great fights on the platform, fighters on the platform. You've got to have great fights on the platform. But with all those guys, we've got to be looking to match Callum Smith against Danny Jacobs, or Canelo against Demetrius Andrade, and all those fights have got to come together.
Hey Eddie, just to switch the topic real quick, there's been reports that it's a possibility that you could sign Mikey Garcia. His trainer, brother Robert Garcia, said that you guys made him a huge offer.
I saw that, one that he couldn't really turn down. He sort of gave his hand away there a little bit. I've now reduced the offer, since he said that. I haven't really. But look, I've been talking to Mike. A year ago, I sat down with Mikey Garcia when DAZN launched. And he looked at me when I started talking about DAZN like I was mad. He didn't know who I was. He didn't know who DAZN was. And I said to him, in 1 year, promise me I'll show you where we'll be. Well, we're 10 months in, and there's a lot of big news coming. It's not just Mikey Garcia, it's 5 or 6 other guys now looking to jump ship to DAZN. We made a huge investment, and I was probably a little bit naive that I thought that the other promoters and the other networks would just roll over and they'd look at the money and say, they stepped up as well. They paid the money. So it's been a little bit more difficult than we thought it would be, but we're still spending the money. We've still got it. In fact, I haven't spent it all. I've got a lot of spare cash floating around from the budget. No, not yet, but we can talk later, you never know. But so we've been smart to a level. We've been a little bit reckless, which we had to be, because we had to make an impact on the market. But now we've got the fighters, now we've got the subscribers, now we've got the platform. It's a lot easier to go to fighters, and deals that were offered to fighters at a certain point aren't now on the table for those fighters, because now we've got to be a little bit smarter and say, okay, who's actually delivering? And when I say by delivering, who's putting bums on seats, who's driving subscriber numbers, who's driving audience numbers. Now we actually start looking at that more closely. Fighters that might have contracts coming up, fighters we might have offered deals to before, are they going to deliver? Because now we've made the impact, we've got a great position in the marketplace, now we've got to keep delivering on subscriber numbers and audience numbers. So we've got to be a little bit more tactical on where we're spending our money.
Speaking of which, we know that Tevin Farmer wasn't happy with the offer. He said that he was made
from Gervonta Davis.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys made a big offer.
Yeah.
Does that offer still stand to Tevin Farmer? And have you been in contact?
No. Well, the offer for Tevin Farmer came from Mayweather Promotions. It was $2 million. We offered Gervonta Davis $5 million for that fight. I think the best thing to do in that situation is me and Floyd should just agree what the split for that fight should be. Right? For me, Gervonta Davis is the bigger name. Right? He sells more tickets. He's a big star. Tevin Farmer's a star, but he's coming through. For me, it's a 60-40 split. See if they agree with that. If they don't, we can talk about that. So me and Floyd, we meet up, we both put our bid in the envelope, and we open it together, and whoever pays the most money for that fight gets the fight on their platform. Just one fight, right? And so you haven't got to sign a long-term deal. Just let the fighters earn their money. Tevin Farmer wants that fight. Gervonta Davis wants that fight. If you said to Gervonta, do you want $5 million to fight Tevin Farmer? He'd be like, oh, yes, please. I've got a unification, I've got the biggest payday of my career, and I've got a fight that I want. But it'll probably be more than that if we do closed bids. So I don't know whether they agree to that, but if you want to outbid, you're Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm just little old Eddie Hearn. I ain't got your kind of money. So let's go in there, agree to split beforehand, find the number that everybody's willing to pay, and say good luck to the fighters, because that's what really matters, the fighters. Yeah. So let the fighters earn their money. Don't let the ego or networks, because DAZN don't have the ego or the network where they're saying, no, we are not letting Tevin Farmer fight another. They say to me, Eddie, you do what you feel's right. And what I'm saying is right is never obstruct a fighter from making a career high payday if he has to take a fight on another platform. Jose Ramirez just did it. Bob Arum let him do it. He come back with 2 belts. You know, if Gervonta's as good as he says he is, and he's a good fighter, he comes back to Showtime with 2 belts.
How was the line of communication with Floyd Mayweather? Have you...
Pretty poor. I mean, I always email Leonard Ellerby and say, here's 3 million, here's 4 million, here's 5 million. I don't really get a reply. I think I got one reply once. Leonard Ellerby is turned into quite a bitter man, right? Because I look at my Twitter, he's liking all the criticism about me.
Well, he calls it the dead zone.
But he calls it desert. What Leonard Ellerby's become is a hater, right? He's always talked about haters and how bad they are. Why would Leonard Ellerby hate on a platform that is giving fighters the opportunity to make career high paydays, to box more often than they've ever boxed before? Leonard Ellerby should know better. He should be actively encouraging DAZN to pay fighters great money. When I look at Showtime, I'm not criticising Showtime. I'm not criticising Fox or ESPN. I think they're brilliant. I think any platform that is investing in the sport of boxing and letting fighters in this very, very dangerous sport earn this kind of money should be encouraged. So why is he trying to put down DAZN? Is he scared? Is he just a hater? What's happened to him? Leonard Ellerby, all these cameras here, I'm appealing to you, my friend. We want the old Leonard Ellerby back. Where have you gone? Don't sit behind your keyboard liking people tweeting bad things. What's happened to you? You're a stylish dude with nice jackets. I've seen you wear crocodile shoes, nice Cartier sunglasses. Leonard Ellerby, you're a cool guy. Don't be a hater. What's the matter with you?
Can we get
Eddie, what's the plan with re-signing Farmer to a long-term deal?
To
A long-term deal.
With who?
Tom Farmer.
Oh yeah, we'd love to. We've made him the most active world champion out there. He's very happy. We paid him a lot of money, but he's got to look at his career with Lou and say, okay, like they offered him $2 million. It's not enough money to take that kind of fight, but he wants those fights, and he's going to want big fights. So it's not just about the money we can deliver for him. What fights can we deliver? Can we deliver Bachel? Can we deliver Herring? Can we deliver Gervonta Davis? Because they're the fights he's going to want.
What about
One
Hardy?
response that you got. You said you got one response from them.
We're gonna fight in July, and then we'll talk after. So I sent him another one after the fight saying, okay, you got 5 million, but I will go in and I will offer him more money. But what I said, I don't know if you hear the thing about the envelope. I said, look, let's agree a split. Me and Floyd go in a room with 2 envelopes. We do a private purse bid. Whoever pays the most money for that fight, let the fighters earn it. Whether it's on Showtime or DAZN, it's one fight. The fighters will agree to that. So if you don't agree to it, you're blocking your fight from taking that fight for the benefit of your deal with a network.
How do you think they're talking Davis? Because
Easy, because right now Gervonta Davis is wrapped around their finger with Al, and he's doing whatever they're doing. And I have to say, their event in Baltimore was spectacular. I mean, the crowd was phenomenal. I looked at it, I was really impressed. And I'm not saying Mayweather Promotions and Al Heyman are doing a bad job with Gervonta Davis. I think they're doing a good job. The kid never really had the discipline. Now I think he's got his head switched on because he's got fight dates coming. But all I'm saying is, if you really want to make that fight, let's just make a bid, private bid, and whoever pays the most money to let these fighters make the most money possible gets that one fight. No futures. We don't get, but we did it with Ramirez. He went back to ESPN with 2 belts and a much bigger name.
Eddie, can we get Serrano and Hardy as the co-main event?
Yeah, what do you think? I mean,
they sell the most tickets.
Yeah, but I think that it's a funny situation with women's boxing where the women have always been campaigning to be a part of these shows, and I think quite rightfully so. I've been one of the biggest advocates of women's boxing with Lou DiBella. But now it's like, we want to be co-main event. Oh, it's like whoa. So we just got to decide. Okay. You've got Danny Roman against Akhmadaliev, which is a brilliant world championship, WBA and IBF super bantamweight world championship fight. Yes, it is a brutal fight. It's one of the best fights in the division. So is that co-main event, or is Hardy Serrano against Mo?
You got 2 Brooklyn fighters.
Yep.
Biggest names in women's
yep,
boxing.
I agree. Well, outside of Katie Taylor. But what I would say is that's the decision for me that comes on not on close to fight week, because then you can analyse all the interest, all the ticket sales, and it may well be co-main event. But we have got a brilliant card on that night. Yeah. Even Michael Hunter against Sergey Kuzmin, brilliant heavyweight fight. It's a stacked card, so it will be one of Danny Roman or Serrano.
And the winner of Hardy and Serrano.